Hi there, today we're making homemade Bloody Mary mix. Now earlier I made homemade V8 juice, so I'm going to take my homemade V8 juice to use for a homemade Bloody Mary mix. And I'm going to do 4 cups of V8 juice, and now comes the fun part of building your own Bloody Mary mix. I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now next I want a 1/4 cup of dill pickle juice. I don't have any dill pickles here, so I'm kind of going to make a little concoction here. I'm going to do a little bit of olive juice, and then there's some hot chili peppers in there in the refrigerator, so I'm going to steal a little bit of that juice. And there's some pickled carrots in there as well, so I'm going to steal a little bit of that juice. So in we go with that. And then comes probably one of my favorite parts is the horseradish. So I think 1 to 2 tablespoons of horseradish. Personally, I'm a little bit of a horseradish girl. I love it. So for me, I'm going to go 2. And then I think the hot sauce is kind of your option too. A teaspoon or 2 teaspoons, depending on just how hot and spicy that you want it. And then of course you need some Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to do a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And then A1. Y'all remember when I was here and I made A1 sauce? Now I'm getting to use it. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of A1 sauce. I really like that savory aspect that the A1 adds. I really like some brown sugar in mine. I really like that balance of sweetness that it adds against that spicy stuff that we've added. So I'm going to do about a tablespoon or 2 of brown sugar. I think celery salt is crucial for your homemade Bloody Mary mix. Like I don't think you can make it without it. And I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt and a 1/2 teaspoon fresh cracked pepper. I also kind of think that the fresh cracked pepper is pretty crucial in your Bloody Mary mix. And then I'm going to do a pinch of kosher salt, and that's just going to highlight all of those ingredients that we've put in there. And of course, we're going to whisk that up, and we're going to taste and adjust. I think it's a little mild, honestly. I'm going to put a little more horseradish in here and some Worcestershire and a little bit of Tabasco. Now let's have another taste. Much, much better. I am going to add a little A1. I want my Bloody Mary really beefy. So it's always good to have that recipe for a starting off point. And then I think it's always good to adjust it to how you like it. Now the beauty of the homemade Bloody Mary mix is that you can absolutely have yourself a virgin Bloody Mary. We just recently had my niece's graduation party from college, and we had a Bloody Mary bar, which was very popular. Ooh, I'm making a mess. And the fun part about making the Bloody Mary bar is all the different things that you can add to your Bloody Mary. You know, we had sausage and, of course, celery and all the usual complements, asparagus and all kinds of fun things. So no matter how you garnish it, here you are, your homemade Bloody Mary mix. You're going to love it. So the next time you're throwing a party and you're doing a brunch with a Bloody Mary bar, make your own Bloody Mary mix. And if you can, make your own V8 mix to make your Bloody Mary mix with. The good thing about the celery stick in the Bloody Mary, you use it to stir. You see how beautiful the color is when you make your own homemade juices. Cheers, the homemade Bloody Mary mix. It is so divine. Thanks for being here, y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.